Humble Bundle dropped a really nice bundle of VR games including ATEX Cybernetic, Archangel Hellfire Fully Loaded, Killing Floor Incursion, Raw Data, I Expect You to Die, Creed Rise to Glory, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, and Zero Caliber. I'll briefly go over each of these games here and summarize my findings at the end of the video. ATEX Cybernetic is a short campaign set in a laboratory where you kill zombies. The story isn't great in my opinion. The gameplay is relatively shallow, but this does create an opportunity for the player to forget about life and just go guns a-blazing. It's very similar to something like Doom 3, but with a little humor from the story. It's currently $20 on Steam, but it feels more like a $5 game. Archangel Hellfire Fully Loaded is an on-rails mech pilot game. The story is not the best, and the white outline around the enemies makes them look like cardboard. But it is a lot of fun to be like Pacific Rim Robot with guns and rockets. Like I said, it's an on-rails shooter, so you cannot drive the mech yourself. It's currently $20 on Steam, but it feels more like a $10 game. Killing Floor Incursion is a zombie shooter with some satisfying gunplay, but not satisfying gameplay. Most of the game is a horde mode, which would be fine, but ammo is very limited, and moving causes your field of view to be extremely limited. It does have co-op, but I can't say that enhances the experience. I genuinely did not like this game, and it is not worth the $20 it is listed for on Steam. In my opinion, it sits below the $5 mark. Raw Data has been on my wish list for a long time, but I've never pulled the trigger, and I'm glad I didn't. It's nothing like I imagined, and while it actually has a lot of mechanics and story assigned to it, it's just not very fun. Even the story is just a wave shooter with narration, and the PvP mode isn't much to write home about. It's $40 on Steam, which is extremely overpriced, as it plays like a $10 game. I Expect You to Die is a puzzle game where you play as a telekinetic secret agent in comical situations. It's a stationary point of view, so you can absolutely play seated very comfortably. The story is great, and the puzzles are a fun process of trial and error, but you can also use intuition and resources to learn your way through. It's $25 on Steam, and while I personally wouldn't purchase this game at full price, I do think it's well made and fun enough that it's entirely justified. Creed Rise to Glory is a boxing game. Remember Wii Sports Boxing? It's pretty much that, but it does have some really cool mechanics to spice it up. There is a story, multiplayer, and single-player matches, and you can play as one of many big names. It's $30 on Steam, and I'd say that that's a fair price, but it plays more like a $20 game in my opinion. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is almost objectively the best game on this list, and I would have to agree with my own statement. Note, this is not the burning dookie that was Onslaught. Saints and Sinners is a zombie game with in-depth mechanics and story, as well as arcade modes. The whole game has lots of replayability. Between the story and arcade mode, it's easy to play for 30 to 60 hours before getting bored. This is a game that you'll want to set aside some time to play though, as there is a good bit to learn and to keep in touch with. It's $40 on Steam, and it is worth every penny. Zero Caliber is a shooter that currently holds a place for co-op and campaign only, but PvP is promised to be on the way. The story is not worth much, but it is action-packed, and you'll get to play with a lot of guns, and you can switch attachments on the fly. All of the guns are fun to shoot, and they have really nice sound design. It's currently $25 on Steam, and that price feels just about right for its current state. To sum this video up, I did some calculations on all of the prices, and the total retail value is $220. But the value that I would personally assign to this bundle is $140. The bottom line is that you're paying $17 for a lot of games and a lot of value. But The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners alone is enough to justify purchasing this, with Zero Caliber and Creed knocking the bundle out of the park. In case you're unfamiliar with Humble Bundle, it's a site that you can buy most games from, but its main entree is the bundle, which is a lot of games for one discounted price. When purchasing, you can choose where your money goes to between the game's creators, charities, or the Humble Bundle site. If you don't have a charity in mind to split with, I recommend the Electronic Frontier Foundation, which works to protect our rights on the internet in things like free speech, privacy, and more. This is a really great bundle for VR players, and if you've got a few extra bones lying around, these are great games to drop them on. You can find the link to the bundle in the description below. Thanks for watching, and peace.